Niterói, Brazil, August 17, 1966. The sun dipped low as a 16-year-old boy climbed Morro do Ventum, looking for a spot to fly his homemade kite. The hill, overgrown with wild grass and twisted trees, overlooked the sprawling city like a forgotten sentinel. As the boy reached a clearing near the top, a strange scent, a mix of ozone and rotting flowers, wafted through the humid air. That's when he saw them. Two men lay side by side, dressed in clean, formal suits, their shoes polished and lead masks covering their eyes, smooth metallic, like welders' visors without straps. One held a soaked notebook clutched to his chest. The other had an odd lump in his jacket, as if concealing something. Their bodies were eerily preserved despite the heat. No signs of decay, no blood, and no injuries. The boy stumbled backward, his scream echoing down the hillside. Days earlier, Manuel Pereira de Cruz and Miguel Jose Viana, both electronic repairmen, were seen boarding a bus from Campos dos Goitacazes to Niterói. They told their families they were heading out to buy work supplies, but the contents of their briefcases said otherwise. A notebook, a spade, several empty water bottles, and two carefully cut pieces of lead. At a small bar near Morro do Ventum, they bought a bottle of mineral water and asked the waitress to keep the change. Strange, since they seemed oddly nervous and in a hurry. Later, forensic investigators found a note in the notebook. 16:30, be at the agreed place. 18:30, ingest capsules. After effect, protect metals, await signal. Capsules? Protect metals? Await signal? What signal? The investigation. When police arrived on the hill, they were baffled. No struggle. No trauma. No apparent poison in their system. Though toxicology reports were inconclusive due to decomposition, the lead masks were handmade, precisely cut to block vision, yet neither man was a welder. Their families revealed odd behavior in the weeks before. Manuel had been obsessed with spiritualist books, especially those on telepathy and time travel. Miguel had claimed to receive radio signals in his dreams, buzzing voices telling him when and where to meet. There were rumors that both men had joined a fringe group interested in interdimensional contact. Witnesses later claimed to see orange lights hovering over the hill on the night they died. A neighbor's account. An old woman living near the base of Morro do Ventum swore she saw them. They were climbing up just before dusk. One of them kept looking at a small device, like a radio, but it glowed blue. The other kept muttering something like, "He is waiting." She said at exactly 6:35 p.m., a strange wind blew through the area. The lights in her home flickered. And then there was a sound like a humming scream from the top of the hill. She never slept properly again. Unanswered questions. What were the capsules? Poison? Hallucinogens? Or something more? Why the lead masks? To shield their eyes. From what? What was the signal they waited for? And what advice was hidden in that coat? When the coat was finally searched, investigators found a small metallic cylinder, burned on one end and fused shut. No one could open it without destroying it. One technician said he heard faint ticking from inside, like a watch or a countdown. The object disappeared mysteriously before it could be studied further. Epilogue, 1 year later. A journalist investigating the case received an anonymous call. You're looking at it the wrong way. They weren't murdered. They volunteered. They believed the signal would lift them from this world. But something else answered. Then silence. Weeks later, the journalist vanished while hiking the same hill. His last note, found in his room, read, "I've seen the light too. It's not from here. I think I understand now. I'm bringing a mask." The lead mask case remains unsolved. And Morro do Ventum still stands. Sometimes, late at night, locals say you can see two glowing figures standing at the summit, motionless, as if waiting for something, waiting for the signal.